mission if you can.
Oh my god, I did it. I finally did it. Yep, that's right. After 16 years of trophy hunting, unlocking over 21,000 trophies, 2,000 plus gold, 4,000 plus silver, and over 13,000 bronze, I have finally earned my 500th platinum trophy in Metal Gear Solid 2 as part of the Master Collection. This epic milestone has spanned across 3 console generations, well, actually 4 if you were to count the PlayStation Vita, and with all of those games played and all of those trophies earned, this one really is a special one, as it's a platinum, but not just any old platinum trophy, because it's my 500th platinum trophy, extremely solid. Yes! And I know, depending on your point of view, that's going to be seemingly either really cool or really sad or maybe somewhere in between. But either way, I've got to admit, and you have too, that it's a pretty neat achievement. And I know there are a lot of other players out there with way more platinums than me, but 500 I think is a really impressive number. And I'm rather chuffed with it myself, I must say. Though not all of those 500 platinum trophies were great. Trust me, there's a handful of shovelware games in there, but the majority of these games that I've unlocked the platinum in are proper AAA or AA games that, for the most part, I did actually want to play them regardless of trophies. And while there are a few that I only brought for the easy platinum or because they were free on PlayStation Plus, the majority are good games in my opinion. Some of the games had really great platinum journeys with fun, challenging and unique trophies to earn, whilst others had really bad platinum journeys that soured my gaming experience with that franchise because of their annoying trophies, grindy trophies or annoying co-op trophies or online ones. But as a trophy hunter with 500 platinums to my name, I think I've seen them all now, all kinds of platinum journeys. So after reaching this milestone, I figured today would be the perfect time to go and look back at my trophy hunting journey from my first platinum trophy all the way up to my 500th. Oh boy, that's going to be a lot of games. So I better hurry up and not waffle, eh? So my 450th platinum was God of War Ascension, my 350th was Dirt 5, my 200th was Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man, my 150th was Little Big Planet 3, Spec Ops The Line was my 100th platinum, Prince of Persia 2 Thrones was my 75th, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions was my 40th, Little Big Planet was my 20th platinum trophy, the 10th platinum was Dragon Rising from Operation Flashpoint, and my very first platinum was Uncharted Drake's Fortune, which I'm sure is probably most people's first platinum if they started collecting trophies in the PS3 generation. So now I'm just going to go through some of the other trophies via this PSN profiles list. So my next platinum, my second one, was Dead Space, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was a great game. Terminator Salvation was the first game I got that was kind of partly for easy trophies, as it was just full of goals for beating the game. Infamous was another great platinum that I enjoyed. Batman Arkham Asylum was probably my first most challenging trophy with all of those combat challenges. Uncharted 2 was another good platinum. Damnation and Operation Flashpoint, those platinums were because I used to work at Codemasters. Tomb Raider Underworld was one of the most disappointing Tomb Raiders I've played since Angel of Darkness, but I still platinumed it. Wheelman with Vin Diesel, his game, I really enjoyed that. Trine was a great one. Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time, that was a really fun platinum. Wet was like a sort of Max Payne sort of game with a female. That was a really fun one. Saw was a licensed game and I didn't really enjoy that. Assassin's Creed 2, that was probably the best Assassin's Creed Platinum because it didn't have all of that 100% sync that you had to do. Saboteur was a great game, but the Platinum was really annoying. Bioshock was another good, really fun and challenging Platinum. As were God of War 1 and 2, which I was playing in preparation for 3. Bioshock 2 was still a fun game. I really enjoyed it. Leisure Suit Larry box office bust. That one was terrible. I remember driving around the studio in the little golf cart thing for ages. Mirror's Edge 2, one of my favourite platinum journeys. Doing all the time trials and that was fantastic. Hannah Montana, now that was a poor choice from me for buying that, but it's not as bad as some of the latest shovelware games I've played. Eat Lead, that was a really fun sort of video game parody game. Resident Evil 5, I was one trophy away from 100%ing it, and it was just one of the mercenary ones. Little Big Planet, that was a really tough one to get because of all the heart-for-heart levels that you had to do. The Prince of Persia game, that was fun. Heavy Rain was great. Killzone 2, that was a hard one to do for the online top 1% ranked trophy or whatever it was. I had to play it for a whole week. Bionic Commando was really fun. X-Men Wolverine was really fun. Forgotten Sands was a great one. Shame that sort of ended the franchise, but yeah. Africa. That one was a really fun game that I just would never normally played, but I did it, imported it, and it was really good little nature sort of one where you take photos of all the animals. God of War 3, that was a great one. Anarchy Rush Hour, one of the first digital games I brought. Terrible racing game. iPet was really cool. Toy Story 3 was a great game, loved it. Shattered Dimensions, Spider-Man, that was brilliant. Dead to Rights, Retribution, that was really cool. Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, another fun, easy platinum journey. Worms Armageddon, Worms 2 Armageddon, that one, can't really remember much about it. Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, that was the American version, that was like the first game I brought twice to get the trophies. Star Wars Force Unleashed, that was a really annoying one. Prison Break wasn't very fun either. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, again, that became a yearly tradition of getting all of those platinums. Sonic and the Sega All-Stars Racing, that was a really tough one. There was some really tricky trophies there, and the time trials were quite hard if I remember rightly. The Sly Cooper trilogy, a bunch of easy platinums there. Vanquish was my hardest platinum that I'd ever earned. The hardest trophy, that Tactical Challenger 6, but recently I found an easier way to do that, and when I played the PS4 version, it was just no challenge whatsoever. Little Big Planet 2, another great one. Dead Space 2 with the trophy for beating the game on that mode where you only had like 2 or 3 saves. Fantastic experience that was. Really tough, but really fun to go for. Just Cause was great. A Bayonetta, I used a glitch to beat that on the hardest difficulty, I think. Mafia 2, I really enjoyed that. Just didn't like getting all the posters. SOCOM Special Forces, that was the game that went down. The PSN went down on its release, so I did all the single player, and I just had like 3 online trophies to get after it came back up months later. Killzone 3 was an easier one than compared to 2. Flashpoint Red River, again, I was still working at Codemasters at that point. Burnout Paradise, that was a really fun one. Dead Nation, that was even better. Really enjoyed that platinum journey, and I think I did it again. Fear Free, finally got the platinum in a Fear game because I couldn't get it in number 2, and 1 didn't have trophies. Spare Parts, that was the one I don't really remember. Cabela's Big Game Hunter, another game I brought for easy trophies. Alloy Noir, that one was really fun. Duke Nukem Forever, that was an experience. Tomb Raider Legend, as part of the Tomb Raider remastered stuff, that was really cool. Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom, an absolutely great game that I'd recommend you play. Anniversary was really fun. Warrior Within and Two Thrones, I was just finishing off the HD Prince of Persia collections. Alien Breed Trilogy, so these were some really fun platinums, but really hard to do on your own. It was absolutely brutal at times, but I managed to do them. Saw 2, Ferrari, The Race Experience, not much to say about those. Borderlands was a fun game, but I never really bothered with the sequels. Sonic Generations, absolutely fantastic, love that, it's a really easy platinum journey. Another Assassin's Creed there. Rocket Birds, that was another fun one. Arkham City would be the last Batman Arkham game that I'd get the platinum in, because that game had enough Riddler challenges, but Arkham Knight had even more, and I just couldn't be bothered. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, that was a fun one. Dead Space Extraction, that was the Wii game, the Light-Gun game, that was really fun. Uncharted 3, again, another cool platinum. Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon, that was the worst, grindiest platinum I'd ever gotten. Took me ages, and I had to just rubber band it and leave it overnight. Captain America was a great game. Motorstorm RC was really fun. Rayman Origins was really great as well. Some challenging speedruns in that for some of the levels, but I'm actually doing that again now on the Vita. Trine 2, another easy one. I don't even think you had to beat the whole game for that. Alice Madden Returns, that was really fun. Jack and Daxter Trilogy now coming into it, and Tekken HD for the tag tournament game. Again, fun, simple platinums, not much to say. Motorstorm Apocalypse, I think that was free on PlayStation Plus, so I did it. The Darkness 2, fun game. I wish they made a third one. Sonic Unleashed, really hard Sonic game to do, mainly because of the wonky controls and glitchiness of the game. and also just mastering that Eggman land for that one trophy. Spec Ops The Line, really enjoyed that. Glad there wasn't any online trophies, but I did play online quite a bit. Infamous 2, another good one. Darksiders, again, that was free with PS Plus. Metal Gear Solid 4, great platinum journey. Getting to play through it multiple times, doing different things, though getting all of the songs was a pain. Alpha Protocol, great game. Metal Gear 2 and 3, again, fantastic platinum journeys. Sonic Racing Transformed All-Stars, that was another tough one. Lollipop Chainsaw was great. Full Frontal Assault for Ratchet and Clank was a really short and easy one to do. Just skipping a few now to catch up. Sleeping Dogs, I really enjoyed that. Tomb Raiders one was really annoying because I had to do the multiplayer solo to just grind it out and get all the characters. And then once I got the general, they released a patch where you didn't need to get him anymore, so that was frustrating. Ico, that was a good one, but the speed ones kind of ruined the game for me because it just wasn't meant to be run through that quickly, in my opinion. You can see I'm doing the Ratchet and Clank trilogy now as they re-release those. Even did Deadlocked. Remember me? Well, I don't really remember you, so no. And now we're on to PS4 generation with Knack. That was an okay game. Infamous Second Son, didn't really enjoy that one. Stick of Truth from South Park, that was really fun. Mercenaries was a massive grind. Dead Nation again, another Ratchet and Clank. Wolfenstein The New Order, that was a really fun platinum journey. Resogun was a cool one as well. Watch Dogs was kind of annoying. Last of Us Remastered, so I've already platinumed Last of Us 3, but because I got more trophies, that's why it's higher up in the list. Dust and Elysian Tale, that was a great one in the early days of PS4. Sleeping Dogs again. The Walking Dead games, just easy plans where you just finish the game. Golden Abyss, I finally got a Vita, so I did a few of those games. Even got Resistance Burning Skies. And Unit 13, that was great. Did The Wolf Among Us, The Order 1886, just to play it and get the platinum game. That was really short. There's Last of Us for PS3. Bloodborne, that was a really fun and challenging game to platinum, and I didn't really play many of those games, so that was like my first introduction to the Souls games. Evil Within, that was a massive challenge, doing the Akumu difficulty. Done all the Uncharted trilogy again. Grand Theft Auto 3, I managed to get that when they re-released it. That was a fun one. Deadpool was really good as well. For a licensed game, it was just really funny. Alien Isolation, that was a fantastic one as well. Really enjoyed that. Syndicate was a bit boring. Resident Evil Remake was my favourite platinum journey of all time because it's just so fun. They get you to just play the game in loads of different ways, doing like a no heals, only using a knife, not saving, not using the item box, and it was just really fun to do. Guacamelee, that was another fun one. Trine 3 was easy. Did South Park Stick of Truth again. Toro, perhaps one of the worst games I've ever played. Don't play it, it's terrible, even though it's easy trophies, it's just awful. Dishonored, that was really fun. You can see I've redone the Bioshock trilogy again there. Doom, that was another good one, really liked that. That was a cool game. Revelations 2, that had some hard trophies with the raid mode, so that one was a bit tricky. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, a lot easier than the first game to platinum, and nowhere near as fun. Horizon Zero Dawn, I really liked that one. Killzone Shadowfall, that took me ages, well after the PS4 came out, before I finally platinumed that, because it just had so many online trophies to get, and it was a bit of a slog, to be honest, to level up everything. I think that's what you had to do. All of the abilities you had to use so many times. The Crash Bandicoot trilogy, those were great platinums. Doing all the time trial relics were pretty tricky. Another Uncharted game, another Sonic game, Sonic Forces, that was just a very forgettable game. Knack 2, better than the first one, and probably easier than the first one to platinum as well. What else we got here? God of War, the first one, the first remake, I did actually enjoy. Second one, not so much. 26 Fragments of Midnight, there you can see I'm doing some sort of shovelware ones there. Killzone Mercenary on PlayStation Vita, great game to platinum. Killzone as well, when they re-released that was another good one. Yeah, more Walking Deads, more Resident Evils repeated again. Spider-Man as well, that's a good one for someone to start out trophy hunting. It's just a nice easy list to basically just complete everything in the game. The Spyro ones are really fun. Shenmue was really good. Shenmue 2 was really fun platinum, but the third game was absolutely terrible. Astrobot Rescue Mission for VR, that was fantastic. Really enjoyed that game. Resident Evil 2 Remake, another classic one. Days Gone, I love that game. More people should have played that, so we could have got a sequel. The trophies were pretty good to get as well. What else we got now? Call of Duty Modern Warfare, one of the few Call of Duties I've got. Mainly brought it for the story, and the fact that it didn't have any online trophies was another plus. Jedi Fallen Order, that was the first one. That one was really good. Medieval, didn't like that. Didn't like the trophies in that. Resident Evil 0 took me a while to do, as did Chronicles, Code Veronica even. Last Guardian, that was a terrible game to platinum. It kind of just ruined my love of that game. Trying to get Trico and do all the speed runs and get all the hints and things like that, it was just terrible. Oh, there's Control, another game I didn't enjoy platinuming because that was just terrible to find your way around. Streets of Rage 4, that was a great game to platinum though, because that really made you get good at the game, to beat arcade mode and get all the S ranks. Cobra Kai, that was the game where I was the first person in the world to get the platinum in. Astrobot Playroom, another fantastic one, a great start to the PS3 generation. Sackboy's Big Adventure, that was a disastrous platinum because my save game corrupted halfway through and I had to go back and do all of it again, so that was a bit of a slog. Immortals Phoenix Rising, I hated that game. Demon's Souls, another Souls game, I really enjoyed that one. That was a challenging one though. Shenmue 3, there it is, one of the worst platinums I've got because of that. The gumball machine and the fishing trophy to catch 1,000 fish. My God, that was terrible. Dirt 5, there it is, with all of its glitched trophies, so you couldn't get the platinum for ages. Ghost Runner, that was a Mirror's Edge sort of cyberpunk game where you were like a ninja with a sword. That was a really fun platinum. Wreckfest, I really enjoyed that one and even did it twice. Resident Evil Village, I thought was disappointing. Mafia 2, I got that again. I actually got all of the posters again for some stupid reason. Terminator Resistance, that was a really good one. Alan Wake, I really enjoyed that. Unmetal, a Metal Gear Solid parody, that was a fun game to platinum. I even did it again on the Vita. Final Fantasy VII Remake, that one wasn't bad either. A few tricky trophies with the combat challenges. Chorus, that was a really fun platinum journey. As was Sifu, again another game that made you get good at it to be able to beat it. It was a really good challenge trying to get through that without reaching a certain age. That was a great one. Gran Turismo 7 with the driving license tests, that was a real good challenge. Took me ages to do them all, but yeah, that was a very satisfying platinum journey. Some PS1 classics coming into it now. Siphon Filter, great going through that classic game with trophy support, brilliant. I did Batman Arkham Asylum again. Last of Us Part 1, the remake. I've got 3 Last of Us 1 platinums now. Lego Star Wars, Skywalker Saga, went past there. That was an absolute terrible game to platinum. Just too much content for the sake of adding content. It wasn't a fun game to do at all. Bunny Raiders, absolutely terrible game, but it was free on the PS Store, so naturally I got it. Resident Evil 4, another really good platinum journey. Beating it on Pro Mode for the hand cannon, absolutely tough as nails. And then they did another Tomb Raider on me where they made it easier with the Mercenaries mode, which was really annoying. Cyberpunk, that was a boring one. Metro Exodus, I really didn't like that. Aliens Dark Descent, that was a fantastic platinum journey despite all the glitches. Marvel's Avengers was a really grindy one. Sonic Superstars was good, but the trip story was just terrible. Assassin's Creed Mirage I really enjoyed. Spider-Man 2 I really enjoyed. Lego Ninjago Shadow of Ronin on the Vita, that was another really fun one as well. Just a simple game to do a platinum journey in. Yeah, so now we're coming up to the last few before the 500th. The Grinch Christmas Adventures, that was an absolutely terrible game. I swear it's just unfinished. They did not finish making that game. The 2-player mode is just pointless. The character can't even kill enemies, so the player 2 does nothing. SpongeBob, the Cosmic Shake, that one, I don't know whether I enjoyed that more than the rehydrated one, but it was a fun enough platinum. The Walking Dead Destinies, despite the hate that got, I did kind of enjoy it, just for how bad it was. Metal Gear Solid, that was going to be my 500th, but I decided because it was quite easy to platinum, I wanted a bit more of a challenge for the 500th, so it ended up becoming Metal Gear Solid 2. So yeah, I have kind of just really talked quick there, and I know I've missed a load of the games in the list, but I did just want to kind of briefly go through and just reminisce a bit about some of the games in my list. And you can see all of the ones there, and you can always slow the video down or check out my profile on PSN Profiles. But yeah, 500 platinum trophies. Can't believe I actually managed to get that many. And as of this video, I've made this a bit later on, a few months later, so I'm already at like 511 or something like that. So I'm working towards the 600th platinum. I'm sure I'll get it in like a year or two. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, let me know in the comments below how many platinum trophies you got and how long you've been trophy hunting. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.